So real faith is not just something we say, it's not just something we feel, but then also, it's not just something we think. Real faith is not just something we think. You know, for some people, faith is an intellectual trip. They love to discuss, they love to argue, you know, they love debate about the faith. And yet when they go home, they beat their wives. You know, some people, they can be doctrinally right, and yet their lives are so wrong. So faith here is not something just to be studied. It's not just something to be debated. It's not something to be talked over or discussed. Faith is something that we show. Something that we express. In verse 18, James said, "But someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds, show me." Now, those are the words. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do. So it's almost like James is imagining here a guy who's, you know, trying to argue. You know, I have faith, I need to work, that's cool. You know, different strokes for different folks. Let's debate about it. You've got your thing, I've got mine, to each his own, stimulate me mentally, but don't ask me any commitment. You know, some people are like that. They're very good in arguments, but very poor when it comes to expression of that faith. So real faith is something visible. James said, show me. You can see it. It is apparent. Remember in one of our sermons here, remember those 4 guys who brought their friend who was paralyzed? Remember that story? And the house was full. Jesus was inside teaching. You know what they did? They went to the roof. They tried to imagine, oops, I can hear the voice right here. We'll start digging right here. They start digging on that roof. And then they lowered this man who was paralyzed, all 4 of them, holding to each side of this map, 3x6 map. And then you know what it says? When Jesus saw their faith. When Jesus saw their faith. Faith is something visible. It's not just something we claim. It's not just something we feel. It's not just something we think. It must be seen in the way we relate with people. The way we love. The way we forgive. The way we take care of each other. And I love it because in that story, when people heard that Jesus was inside that house, the house got filled. You read that story. I preached that. When people heard that Jesus was in the house, people just flocked that house. No room for anybody to get inside. All covered up. The windows, the doors. And you know what? If people will find out that Jesus is in this house, this will be filled. Some churches, they make their building as their main attraction point. You know, come to our glass cathedral. You know, it's so nice, you know. Some churches, they make their band, their worship leader or whatever as their main attraction point. Some, they use their pastor, the preaching, as their main attraction point. But brothers and sisters, I can tell you, they are all important. But if Jesus is not in the house, if people cannot sense that Jesus is here, by the way we take care of each other, by the way we love each other, when we help each other, when people do not sense that Jesus is in that house, we won't feel this place. We won't feel this place. So what is more important, friends? I know singing is important. I love good singing. I love good preaching. But friends, more important than any of these is our relationship with each other. Jesus said, the world will know that you are my disciples if you have what? If you have love for one another. That's the evidence. If you have love for one another. And, you know, when we come together, we relate with each other, sure, We have problems? Sure. At times we hurt each other. But friends, we forgive. We show love. We come back. We don't give up. We work together. It's all about Him. It's not about us. That's what church work is all about. It's not about the pastor, no matter how handsome he is. I mean, that's just the bonus, but, you know. It's about love. And so James said, show me. Show me. And faith, friends, may be odorless. And faith may be, it will not occupy space. But faith, somebody said, is like calories. I love this. Faith is like calories. You can see them, but you can sure see the results. Faith is like calories. You can see them, but you can sure see the results. And the Apostle Paul made this very clear. He said in 2 Corinthians 5:17, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a what? A new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. Now that doesn't happen overnight. But they all start becoming new. Once we are in Christ, we all start becoming new. It's a process.